I wanted to talk to you today about some preparation. I know that a lot of things that are going on today can get your attention. And there's so many things going on that you won't know what to focus on or what's important. They're pulling you in all directions. Things keep happening. So, what I wanted to say to my subscribers was this: I think that you should be prepared for no water and no electricity. So it could seem like a waste of money. It could seem like I'm paranoid. It could seem like almost like overkill. Well, I don't have to worry about nothing like that. But I would suggest that you prepare for what could you do if the water was cut off for days, and how could you make it with no electricity? So you have to think about these things, because if it happens, then it's too late. Then you're struggling and you're worried and you're just like the rest of the public out there scrambling and worrying about everything. I don't know how to word that, but it would be stress. So one of the things that I did recently, just in the last couple of days, I ordered some water containers. Okay, they're usually blue, and the size I bought was 7 gallons. So I'm waiting for them to be delivered, but they're water storage containers. All right. The second thing I ordered was the treatment for water, not like purification or nothing like that. This, it helps you, like if you buy a lot of water or just put water in containers, well, after a certain length of time, it'll start to grow germs, bacteria, fungus, stuff like that. So it wouldn't help you to save regular water just for a long period of time. Okay, it's gonna go bad. It won't taste good, and all kind of stuff. So the treatment will make the water last like a year. So when you get your containers, you could just fill them with water. And then the treatment will be some drops, out of a couple of bottles or something like that. And you'll be out a couple hundred, 200 or 300, depending on how much you spend and how extravagant your system is. I'm just getting containers and the treatment. So you don't need a barrel if you're storing on the inside. That's why I got 7 gallons. So containers, well, I ordered 8 of them. They come in packs of 4. So I ordered 2 of those, because 7 gallons, you can stretch that. You can make that last. If you're drinking it, you might have to cook with it, and that can be an issue too if you didn't have any gas or electricity. How can you cook? And some people would have grills and stuff like that. But if it's a real emergency, everybody wants to take your stuff, and it'll just be wild. So if you could stay in the house and during chaotic times, that would be good, and you'd be prepped. So the water storage containers that I ordered are 7 gallons each, and I feel like if I had to ration the water, I could give everybody a pint in the morning and a pint at night, or, a glass in the morning, a glass in the evening. And we can make it for a while. If we had to cook with the water, then we use the minimal amount of water that we could to cook in, and use things that didn't take hours to cook, like beans and stuff like that, because you'd use up so much of your water. But so what I would suggest to be prepared is maybe canned food. Now, I don't have a lot of canned food, but I do have some cans. My wife cans our own tomato sauce and stuff like that. We're homesteaders. So we try to make, cook, grow whatever we can as much as we can. Like in the summertime, for example, or the spring, I plant so many onions that my wife loves green onions. We eat green onions with certain dishes and stuff like that. So uh, when we grow all these green onions, we never have to go to the store and buy them. She just go out in the backyard and pick some green onions and bring them in, wash them, clean them up, and you're good to go for dinner, stuff like that. So you have to focus. The world is going really, wow, well, I'll say the United States too, but it's really the world. But you're gonna have to be prepared just for your own sanity and state of mind, especially those who have children. If you got kids, you gotta feed those kids. What about when the stores are empty? And how long can you make it before help comes or the city calms down or something like that? So there's so much happening that you can't focus on all this stuff. It'll drive you crazy. So the one thing you could focus on is your home and your preparedness. Today's Saturday, September 13th. I thought I'd jump on here and talk to my subscribers and just anybody that could see this program. But anyway, so I said no electricity, but I didn't give you anything that could help you with that, except for the people with money who could buy batteries and solar powered stuff. You can buy all the solar panels and that if you have a little money. But if you don't, my way can keep you surviving, because I think the most important thing to have is the water. Even if we couldn't get to any food, the body is not going to last long without water. So anyway, that's all I got for today. And I hope you heed my advice. So if you can't buy 8 of them like I'm going to buy 4. Save up if you have to. Do it as soon as possible. Cut out some of the spending in other areas in order to get yourself prepared. Because once you have the water in the house, you put it in the closet or somewhere where it don't really get too hot or too cold in storage. The containers will be colored, so light is not going to really hurt them if you don't have them in a dark place. But dark would be optimal, to keep it in storage. And so most of the containers are blue. They try to block that light. I guess some could come in black or brown, but try to prepare. So let's say if you have 4 7-gallons, okay, so you got 28 gallons of water and it's just sitting in your house or your garage or your storage area. I'd keep it in the house. So in case I couldn't leave the house, not even to go to the garage or something like that. So prepare yourself, at least water. The canned goods, if you like canned vegetables or anything, remember, this is for survival. You don't have to like it. You just have to know the expiration dates, eat it up before it goes bad and replace it, but have something at least. So if you don't have much money, then maybe you have a week's worth of food. If you have more money, maybe you can have a month worth of food. Or you can buy in the little small installments. Every time you went to the store, you can add to the emergency supplies and stock it up like that, So anyway, until the next time, I hope y'all are doing good. Do not let this world drive you crazy. Keep praying, believing God, and trusting God. But on your end, you have to do some preparation and to help yourself. And those of you with kids, get to the preparation soon. Those without kids, well, I guess you could tough it kind of, but I would advise everybody to get prepared.